Hello everyone, welcome back to my journey becoming a professional trumpet player. This week, just keeping up with the practicing, and I thought I'd touch on something I'm trying to improve on, and it's a pretty common issue we all have as trumpet players, is getting more endurance. So I've noticed this past year that my endurance in the long term is pretty good. I can play for many hours in the day, I can get through all my rehearsals and practicing, but my short-term endurance is not as good. You know, if I'm playing with my mouthpiece on my face for more than 2 or 3 minutes, then it really starts to feel like, okay, it's time to take the face off the horn. And in some situations, that's just not possible. You know, and it could be doing anything as easy as playing like offbeats in a march, but it still gets to me after a while. So one thing I learned at the International Trumpet Guild conference this year is just keeping your embouchure set, breathing, and not, you know, maybe the remedy for that you would think would be to just take your face off the horn as much as possible. But I learned that, and I've been practicing it this way now, and it's gotten better, that actually keeping the embouchure set while breathing and not having to take the face off as much will actually improve the endurance factor, since I'm not having to reform my embouchure every single time I take a breath. And reforming the embouchure can add tension, and it is more strenuous. Like if you think of the laws of inertia, right? It's more strenuous to stop and start a bunch rather than to slow down while maintaining the momentum, if that makes any sense. So I thought I'd show what I've been practicing, and I'll play a Charlier etude, Charlier number 4, and this is a pretty long etude, a page and a half, with a few breaks, but nothing more than a second or two of rest, and see how much I can get through. It's definitely a blow, and might not get through it all without having to stop, but I'm hoping that the endurance I've been building these past few weeks is going to help me push through. So here we go. there you go. Yeah, so hopefully you got to see. I really tried to keep my face on as much as possible. I had, I think, like 2 spots that I had to take it off that ideally I would not want to. But yeah, in this etude, if you're familiar with it, there's only really 2 big breaks. Before the first key change, the poco più mosso, and before the steso tempo, there's like a fermata over the bar line. Other than that, everything is pretty seamless. So a lot of time on the face. And I thought I did a pretty good job, all things considered. And I felt like I did a good job too. I didn't feel as tense. Yeah, there was one part I preemptively, right before the steso tempo, I took my face off for this high C, and I'm not even sure if it came out quite right. But the other thing that endurance is a part of that isn't necessarily just physical is mental endurance, right? And I'm thinking, oh man, there's a high C coming up, I got to be ready for it. Maybe I could have played it without that break. I like to think I could, and I just did it for a good measure, I suppose. But that's kind of the thing I want to stop doing, because it really doesn't set up for anything. In fact, it made a pause in the music, and it still didn't come out very good. So I think I should have given it a better chance. So those are my initial thoughts about it. But yeah, this is not easy getting through any of the Charlet etudes kind of in one go like that. So if you're practicing like me during the summer and you're finding yourself with endurance issues, hopefully that's helpful. And if I'm able to play through a page and a half of music like this with the way I've been practicing, I think anyone can, definitely applying these techniques. So there you go. Bit of a shorter video, but I thought it would be useful to share, and I'll see you in the next one.